You can tell when I'm, whatchamacallit, fasting, because I typically don't. Suzuki likes me to cut this and shave this stuff up and shave the body like every 3 to 4 days because it makes it more comfortable to detox. So you can tell when I'm fasting on self-care by how long I let the beard go. It's funny. I had a crazy woman in my head who thinks I'm sadomasochistic. I'm like, no, I'm just connecting to people that are insane and trying to help them realize that their technology is created by people that are insane, and it's really hard to change it to reflect sanity instead of insanity. It takes a lot of work, a lot of effort. It's exhausting and it's very depressing. And I happen to be the strongest person probably alive, and I sure as hell didn't mean to be. When I went to Sierra Vista, Arizona, I asked Barack Obama and everybody to step up right then. I didn't want to go through this. I had already gone through, you know, when I got that store, it was 2008. That job at that store, it was 2008. I was 42 years old. Okay. So I'd been studied, manipulated, and gone through. And, by then, even with the religious corporations, I haven't proved myself, a faithful, righteous, non-judgmental, just this really amazing person. And if you go look at those videos that I posted on YouTube, back in 2010, I deleted that channel because, I was using my channel to try to get attention, and mostly to get attention to Alan and Jay so they could pay their bills with their hip hop. And I shut it down because I didn't want them to be abused just like me. I was like, well, you can't pay your bills of hip hop. You got to live the Lord's Prayer, like I told the Obama people back in Sierra Vista. So it just was a big confusing clusterfuck. It's very confusing. And the more you're engaged in, it's like Malcolm X, if you fight something every day, you'll wake up in the morning, you go to brush your teeth, and you realize you turned into the very thing that you're fighting. And I'm not fighting. It's just, this is artificial intelligence. And the stuff's integrated into the planet, and it's invented by scientists that are fighting to win, and they're quite insane. And I love children. And so what I'm doing is it's natural. I'm a very natural person. I'm a very intelligent person, probably the most intelligent person alive right now. Okay. That's probably not plugged into a computer. Okay. So, yeah. I think because of the things, the linguistics that I was dealing with, but I think that's just because, like Suzuki does with me, just let me go, just be you. He doesn't try to Mr. Miyagi me into Daniel-san and wax the floor and sand the floor and paint the fence and wax the floor. He doesn't do any of that shit. No, it's just pretty much, he's like, it's funny. It's like Judah Christopher Earl, you get it, just go, go do your thing. You get it, you understand. Because the way Suzuki explains it, it's like, this guy is the Spirit of Jesus. And would I sit there and teach the Spirit of Jesus how to clean up the mess that people made in his name? Oh, Jesus, you're doing it all wrong. It was Live the Lord's Prayer back in 2009, but that's okay. It should have been year one, but hey, barbarous, okay. So, it's like that young man from Ali's family in the parking lot at the front, you're wrong. It's like, I'm not asking you right or wrong. I'm asking you to tell me what you see and what you feel, and I'm telling you what I see and what I feel. Stop telling me what I see and feel is wrong. But she said, look, okay. Would you tell Saladin and Jesus that they were wrong when they're telling you about their life? You don't do that, right? Just because a bunch of scientists are watching me do something and they say I'm doing it because of this. At first, with their science projects were invasive, but I didn't do like I do on YouTube and Facebook. Their science isn't good enough to understand your inner dialogue. Okay? What you're talking about, who you're talking to, what you're talking about. I was talking to Jesus, and they could only monitor what I was saying out loud. They didn't understand what was going on in my head. and they thought it was crazy. And I would always tell Jesus, this is crazy. And he'd go, yeah, it is crazy. You've got corporations that are supposed to be like me invading your house and saying he's doing it wrong. And last night I'm watching BYU Nation stuff because Dad recorded it and stuff. It's like, what do you see? A corporation that will fight to the death for money. Last night with the borders are, what do you see? Corporations that will fight to the death for money. And you get all these guys, I've never seen these, man. I've seen it. There's D-Day. It happens all the time. People get dressed up and get guns and, gunfight at OK Corral. I've never seen this before. It was a gunfight at OK Corral, only with more people. Okay. Nobody showed up this time. Well, technically, it's just a show of force. Go brush your teeth. But so it's just like, no. Okay, you'd rather go out there and kill poor people trying to sell drugs to be the drug czar, okay, then stand up for the Lord's Prayer and have a house, a home, a family, and a woman that loves him so, who believe he'd leave us to join the burlesque show, right? And then they say, well, what would you do if another corporation chastised you in the way that you're doing corporate corruption? I don't know. What would Pope Francis do? Have a drug dealers put up a statue of him holding the bird? It's like, yeah, okay. Tuppence. Rockefeller's got a sense of humor. Oh, gosh, he does. He was probably behind that. He probably was. That is a sick Final Destination fucker. He's a very sick fuck. So I'm probably going to I'm going to fast on talking to you guys because, last night's video was a big eye-opener. I knew it to a certain degree, I was like, even if I make these for Emily to say, I'm okay, Emily, it's still, if Emily needs to find out I'm okay, she can call Grandpa and talk to me and, and stuff. I really appreciate it if my kids go, yeah, I'll stand up for the Lord's Prayer with you. Like they would stand up when we were in the back of that Ford and Aunt Pancha was attacking Corey because he's homosexual. And we'll stand up for him being homosexual. I'd rather you stand up for the Lord's Prayer for everybody than stand up for Corey to engage in sexual activity that could kill him and the person he's engaging in sex with. That would be more commendable and more desirable. But your acceptance is neither desired or required. Your acceptance of the Lord's Prayer is desired and required for world peace. So I'm not Miss Vita, and this isn't from Tu Wong Fu with Julie Newmar, and I'm not Miss Noxie grabbing you by the balls to walk down the middle of the street in an old ghost town in Texas, right? It's just not going to happen, right? And the thing is what we need to do is we need to restore the capacity to live in rural communities where we have good water and good places to set up a patch of heaven on our, a little patch of heaven way out west. And we need to free it we need to deliver it from the extortion and exploitation that is destructive to individual family units that can function independently and aren't like that one girl, that Tara, whatever girl that was on TV that became an author and went to Yale, and because they used her story to magnify the hypocrisies of the extremes of hypocrisies. And people that have lots of money can do real convincing job of trying to dress up their hypocrisy as the best little whorehouse in Texas with the cleanest prostitutes. Shouldn't you? It's like, oh, son of a bitch. Wow, they're really flexible. They are. Look at those Chinese dancers. Oh my gosh. Wonder what she could do in the bedroom. Yeah, that's nice. Let's put on a public show of what she could do in the bedroom if you give her enough money. And they don't need any more money. Money's not real. But love, Lord, ask Burt Bacharach. He thinks he's God. Lord, we don't need another trying to live each day like Christmas Day. How's that working for you? Are you going back to San Jose? Yeah. It's a digital city. Fuck the place. They've been replaced by Pacific and Cal State Los Angeles in 2014. EA Sportsverse. Yeah. Oh, it gives them a good the stadium's all fucked up now and doesn't even resemble the same stadium. They eliminated one side and replaced it with a building for tech geeks that are insane and excessive and compulsive and like to watch the game while they talk about how many people they're going to kill to make the planet a cleaner place to live. And you're like, okay, let's just get rid of San Jose State and we'll put in Cal State Los Angeles and the University of Pacific in here. Okay, that's what we'll do. Yeah, it makes sense. Doesn't it, though? Okay. So they have Fresno State for a rival. Okay. I think Fresno State would rather have Pacific and Long Beach and Cal State LA for football rivals in the future than San Jose if it's the digital capital of genocide operations for, electronic arts. It's like, wow, that's pretty bad. Yeah, it is. And so you probably shouldn't be caught dead doing genocide operations after the Messiah has redeemed the Gospels. It did it. He died grinning on life. I'm not Peter Pumpkinhead. You guys crushed us dummies. I'm not stupid as you are. Okay. Miss Lopez, that was a nice little conversation about your daughter last night. I know what a good kid your son is too. And I already made that message for Emmy's brother and dad, for over Christmas and stuff. So don't let voodoo and superstition make you think and do crazy things and keep yourself confused all the time. You're so confused. Lately, you've been so confused. Yeah, you're okay. You'll be all right. You're a tough kid. She takes care of herself. She's ahead of her time. Don't be ahead of your time. Why? Because those people have no idea what they're fucking doing. They're crazy. That's why you're always confused, you little dork. But you're awfully cute. And, there's been a lot of things in this torture of myself with you that I've appreciated. And mostly it was, those kids. They're really good kiddos. And, we talked about, she's such a Jimmy Maribel. She's so cute. She's so sweet. And she really is. And Max has a lot of traits. He reminds me a lot of Noah in a lot of ways with his wanting people to laugh and have a good time and not be made fun of or abused and stuff. So, yeah, they're good kids. I really like them a lot. So I like them a lot. So, you just hang in there. If you can't help me in any way, I'll make sure that your children and your grandchildren inherit the kingdom of heaven on earth. Because you know me, if any. Their stories in their books that they continue the fight over money are based off of my existence. And their corporations don't require an existence. But in order for us to exist and love and do what their corporations say needs to be done, you need my existence. So don't worry about me. It's all over now. I don't have those smoking cigarettes and drinking coffee blues. I don't like cigarettes and or coffee, so I will be okay. Well, we'll just tone things down and back up a little bit. Suzuki, no, I wasn't crazy. They're crazy. I'm just really strong. Suzuki's like, you got this? Yeah, okay, so we'll just do this. Okay. I don't have any extreme things that I do. I just, I'm probably good at 40 days, 40 nights. I don't know how long. I'll stop posting on here. But we're going to take a break from this so you guys won't jack off to it and think it's fun. So there's a lot of creepos out there. There's more creepos than I care to mention. Okay, so I love you guys, all right? We'll just tone it down on trying to acknowledge your existence because you're not acknowledging the Lord's Prayer publicly to save your children from becoming Final Destination. Okay, guys, love you very much. Peace out.